Sir, in this era wherein people are confused about dharma and karma, okay, we have a very clear understanding among kids and the young generation that okay, they are studying in India, they are going out of India. Brain drain is very common philosophy in India. So my question is, sir, what is your comments on this? How can we reduce the brain drain which is happening in India?
So I think you're mixing many questions. How to teach them about karma, dharma is one issue. And I think that is where Swamiji, in our Hindu organizations are the experts who go and teach them dharma, karma. Whenever somebody asks me, I don't try to be a guru, teach them. I have my own guru and I have learned from there and practice. But I always tell people, go join a proper organization, join Chinmaya Mission, join one of these organizations, and they have a complete curriculum, dharma, karma, to go and learn these things. You should go to a system, proper institution. If you get transferred from one city to another, they got a place there also. So join an organization like Chinmaya Mission to learn. But the other part of your question is brain drain. That has really nothing to do with this. Brain drain is more of a Indians in general of any kind, nothing to do with the dharma, karma, but going to a foreign country, I guess that's your idea of brain drain. See, in a global economy, it's going to happen. People are going to move here, there. Question is, can they carry the dharma with them? Can they carry the dharma with them? And when I was raising my children in the US, we did not have Bal Vihar of Chinmaya Mission. It was still very embryonic. But nowadays, I tell my friends, go at a very early age, take him to Bal Vihar. Take him to Bal Vihar, and the kids will be learning with others. They'll learn how, as a collective group, we can assert our identity in school. We don't have to be embarrassed. Somebody saying, why your mother got a dot on the head or something. You don't have to say, oh, she's not my mother, she's not my mother. Yeah. You don't have to be embarrassed. This sort of thing happens, I mean, I know that. I know when I first arrived in the US, I was 20 years old. I was in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, South, Very liberal university, but very, very conservative redneck society, in those days at least. So the host family, they're all beautiful, loving host families in America. They like to adopt a foreign student and make him part of their family, So I always had host families, and I learned a lot, taught them a lot also. So this host family, over Thanksgiving, the topic at the dinner table was that one of their daughters wanted to have a nose ring. And in those days, it was taboo to have even earring. White women did not have earring until recently. You look at old pictures, they don't have earring. Yes, the ear is not considered. It was sort of like some hippies did. Sort of a counterculture, is not part of being Westerner. Too rebellious, like having a big tattoo or something, or punk hair. It's sort of like rebellious. In those days, earring was like that. And nose ring was considered outrageous. So I was part of listening to all this. And now it's cool to have this nose ring. Earring, of course, no. But nose ring is cool. So all these things are negotiated as part of mainstream. They come as a pop culture, they come as a counterculture. And then some of these things negotiate their way and become part of the mainstream. So Indians have to be very clear who we are, what is our lifestyle. When you go to another country, what do we project publicly? Muslims are very clear on this, by the way. Muslims are clear, quite, because the mosque teaches not only theology and paramarthika and philosophy and sacred aspect, but also social aspect. The mosque teaches social aspect, how you answer these questions. What are the 10 important questions that you should know how to answer because somebody will ask you. So our teachers have not developed the same repertoire of social engagement yet, but I think they're getting sophisticated. So this is a fine area where I often get invited to give talks. So Chinmaya Mission in Washington DC is invited many, many times to give huge talks to hundreds and hundreds of people, answering questions and answers of their children on these matters, Toronto also, and various other organizations. So the interest level is definitely there. The interest level is there that simply learning the adhyatmic side is not going to protect the child when they grow up and they face a barrage of questions and challenges and how they're different from others and whatnot in various cultural ways, and they have to survive and answer those and assert themselves. So that kind of teaching is now being considered very important.
संस्कृत बोलने वाला पृथ्वी को परिवार मानता है और अंग्रेजी बोलने वाला विश्व को बाजार मानता है, और ये सोच का अंतर है, क्योंकि परिवार में प्यार हो